Good Sunday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Sunday. I am your meteorologist, Jess Peterson, and let's go and talk about the weather for your Sunday evening going into your future. Looking at the radar right now, nothing really going on, um, except for just some rain going on near the coastal regions and maybe some isolated shower downpour activity in the Midlands. But overall, the upstate's looking nice and dry. A good part of the low country is looking nice and dry. A good part of the PD region as well looking dry as well. But overall, shower activity is still going on in around 40% of the state. Here is for the entire United States. You can see that we do have some rain going on up all the way up there inside the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic as well. Snow going on all into Minnesota, even in North Dakota, and then moving on over here into Montana, as well as Oregon and California, getting some rain as well as we speak. Now going on to cloud cover. Cloud cover right now, there is some low clouds going on throughout pretty much a good portion of the state, at least the eastern half. But overall, it's not, not much, especially as you go into the upstate of South Carolina. There are still some moderate to high clouds going on over there near Myrtle Beach, but overall, most of these clouds looking low. Here is your cloud cover now for the future as you go in and push this forward. The cloud cover will really just start to make its way east, but there still is some cloud cover that will remain even as we go all the way through tonight. Then, as we get into tomorrow morning, that cloud cover is really starting to look just like a memory of the past at that point, because it's really starting to clear up a lot more. And then, even as you get into tomorrow evening, into the afternoon, evening hours as well, that cloud cover may try to make a little bit of a comeback though. But it's like very, very, I should say very, very quick, because it looks like that there's barely any cloud cover there, but then it just appears really quickly. So that might just be, the after the cold front moves through, it might bring some cloud cover with it. And then current temperatures right now, 70 in Columbia, as well as 68 in Camden, 68 in Hartsville, as well as 68 in Florence, 66 inside of Marion, and 62 in Myrtle Beach, as well as 64 in Somerville, 64 in Charleston, 64 in Ondal, as well as 71 in Allendale. We even have 70 in Hampton, 71 in Aiken, 64 up there inside of Greenville and Clemson, 62 in Pickens and Anderson, as well as 70 in Greenwood. In terms of your low temperatures for tonight, 42 in Greenville and Spartanburg, as well as Anderson, 43 in Lawrence, as well as 49 in Columbia, 50 in Camden, 51 in Sumter, 50 in Kingstree, as well as 53 in Georgetown, 56 in Myrtle Beach, 53 in Charleston, as well as 52 in Hilton Head Island, 48 in Barnwell, 47 in Aiken as well. As you go into your forecast precipitation for the next 24 or so hours, there actually is around 100th of an inch to a tenth of an inch possible inside of Camden, Orangeburg, Charleston, Moncks Corner, Georgetown, as we go from around 8 p.m., so around an hour ago, to tomorrow at 8 p.m. But then a tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch possible. Sumter, Walterboro, Myrtle Beach, Dillon as well, and then maybe even a quarter of an inch, an isolated quarter of an inch to a half an inch, kind of near the North Myrtle Beach region. In terms of severe weather, we do have this little slight risk right here. It's about to be updated though, so I doubt this is going to be here for like the next, probably not even the next 15 or 20 minutes or so. This is pretty much going to be gone because it updates soon. So we're just going to wait for that update. We're going to check at the end and see if they've updated it, but right now it's not looking like they have yet. Nothing for tomorrow, and obviously same thing for Tuesday. If you go into excessive rainfall, though, you can see that we do have a marginal risk of excessive rainfall that continues, goes all the way down from Hilton Island, all the way through the Low Country, all the way into the PD region as well. Again, that's most likely going to go away in around a couple hours or so, as that rainfall is moving through, and nothing for the next 5 days. So now let's go on and talk about our short-term future, just like the next 48 hours or so. Let's see what it shows there. So we're going to go on, move to composite reflectivity, and then to the 18Z. And as you go in and move this forward, this is around 9 p.m. right here. Obviously, a lot different from what it was looking like earlier, but that's going to continue through. And then as it goes on and continues through some more, all this rainfall will be out of here by around 3, 4 a.m. And then maybe some more isolated shower activity by around 12 to 1 p.m. tomorrow as well. And then, I mean, that might try to stay all the way to around 5 p.m. ish. But again, very, very isolated though. And then going all the way to 2 p.m. on March the 18th, which is Tuesday, all the way from Monday evening to Tuesday afternoon. It's looking dry between then, though. So at least a little dry spot right there. And then that's pretty much it in terms of short term. Let's go on and talk about long term. Then we're going to go on and talk about the week forecast for, obviously, for this week, March the 16th through the 22nd as well. You can see the time will be in the top right corner of your screen. Make sure you go on and look at that. And as you go on and push this forward, you can see that overall it's being dry. Then March the 20th comes in, maybe brings some more rain activity. And overall, just remaining dry for like the next couple of days. March the 24th comes in, maybe brings some rain. And then maybe some more on March the 27th. But overall, nothing significant that I'm really seeing right now. Even as you go into around April as well, because we're now getting into that time frame now to where April is now starting to get into the question of what the forecast is looking like for April. But that's possibly the next time when we can see another kind of just big system, maybe April the 1st. But overall, it's not really looking like a lot. It's just looking like just a regular couple of weeks for South Carolina during springtime. So now let's go on and talk about this week's forecast. I'm going on talking about temperatures. Temperatures this week will actually be kind of mixed. You do have some above average going on from the Midlands, the PD region going all the way up into the upstate, going all the way from now until the end of the week. So warmer than average temperatures this week. And then as you go into your precipitation as well, precipitation is actually looking below average. So below average precipitation, above average temperatures. That's not really a good sign, especially for the drought conditions that are already ongoing and with the wildfires going on. That's not a good sign, but it is still, obviously it's raining now for a good portion, around 30 to 40% of the state. So hopefully, and I think it actually is raining right now where the wildfire is down there near Myrtle Beach as well. So, some good positive stuff, but in terms of, it being dry and it being warmer than average, not necessarily the best thing for our drought condition that we have going on throughout the state. And just in case you need a reminder of what the drought looks like, here's what it looks like right now. D2 over there, in the pretty much the coastal regions of the PD region, going all the way into Florence as well. And then D1 for everyone in the tan, and then in the yellow, that's the D0. Not really a drought, but it is definitely drier than normal. And the only place where it's not really abnormally dry is the coastal region right here of Beaufort and Jasper, and that's it really. So that's the only areas that really does not really need rain like that. But that's going to go on and wrap up our long-term update going into this week. So let's go on now and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. We don't really have a lot tonight. It's our first one is from Miss Tolliver, who says, "Good evening. Lots of rain. The pond and puddles look like shaved chalk. What were the rain totals today? Were there any tornadoes in South Carolina?" In terms of rain totals, I can go in and pull that up real quick. Let me go on and go over here. Around, not quite to half an inch, but around 3/10 to maybe 4/10 of an inch. So somewhere around there, not quite to that half-inch mark though. So it kind of underperformed just a little bit. It also does matter, where it was, at. But overall, a bit of an underperformance. I'll check and see what maybe some other areas as well and see what they got. One area that I'm looking at had 3 temps, so around 3 temps to 4 temps, pretty much, is where we're at. And then in terms of were there any tornadoes, we're gonna have to wait to see. They are doing their survey, or at least the National Weather Service of Colombia is, and I'm glad you said that because I do want to show this real quick. This has to do with the storm reports today. See what people had in terms of bad weather. There was no reports today. There was no reports today for any sort of bad weather, but yesterday we actually had some reports, which is interesting. So here it is right here. Just waiting for it. All right. Still loading, so I'm just, you know what? We're just going to let that load real quick, and we'll finish off the chat real quick. Mr. Anthony says, good evening, JP. Good evening to you, and that's it. So, if you do want to leave a comment, you can. You just need an account for it. But here it is right here. You can see South Carolina, obviously, right here. There was a confirmed tornado. You can see over here, this is at Dreher Island. I actually did hear about this. This is inside Lexington County right here. A National Weather Service storm survey team determined that a tornado formed over Lake Murray near Dreher Island. It was a high-end EF0, so around 85 mile per hour winds ish, to a low-end EF1. Tree damage near Lake Estate Road in Chapin. The tornado then started causing EF0 to EF1 tree damage. Wind reports going on over here in White Rock, as well as over here in Newbury, Prosperity. Now, there is one right here as well, down near Barnwell, that they're thinking could potentially be a tornado. This was inside Barnwell County near Snelling, South Carolina, where it says reported from public, multiple trees down and all that kind of stuff. And the National Weather Service survey team will check for a possible tornado on Monday. So we'll know tomorrow if this was a tornado or not. But some reports saying that it could be. Some are saying that it probably is not. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens there. But that's it in terms of the report. So to answer your question, yes, we did have a tornado today over here inside of Dreher Island. But now let's go on and talk about San Antonio and Raleigh. Then we'll talk about the entire United States. And then if we don't have anything else, we will be out of here for tonight. So low temperatures tonight in San Antonio, 46. High temperatures tomorrow, 84. Low temperatures tomorrow night at 58. No precipitation is expected at this time. Going on to Raleigh. Low temperatures tonight, 52. High temperatures tomorrow, 60. And then low temperatures tomorrow night at 36. Precipitation tonight, showers and thunderstorms are likely. A tornado watch is in effect for Raleigh until 1 o'clock in the morning. So make sure that you have some way to receive warnings. If, obviously you're going to sleep or something like that. So that you can take shelter if needed to. And so that's going to go on and wrap both of those forecasts up. Obviously, in terms of severe weather, Raleigh has that chance. I think a minor risk of flooding as well. But now talking about the entire United States, we do have those red flag warnings going on. Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, as well as Colorado and eastern New Mexico, even some other portions as well. High winds going through the Rockies, as well as down there in Nevada and California, with some winter storm warnings up for Oregon, California, and southern Washington. We also do have some flooding in the upstate of New York, as well as eastern Vermont, and then maybe even some wind advisory up there in the upstate of New York, Vermont, and New Hampshire, and then some more winter weather going on in northern Minnesota, as well as North Dakota and Montana. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Not really much else really to talk about, except for maybe some fire weather possible in Florida as well, from Miami all the way up into Daytona Beach. And that's pretty much it. So that's going to go on and wrap this up. So hopefully everyone enjoyed the forecast for tonight. If you have not, make sure that you go and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button as well. I did put a poll inside the chat. I said, how was the severe weather at your house? 83% says not bad, while 17% says what storm, meaning that you most likely, or at least I'm assuming, that you really did not get that much of a storm today for whoever voted for that. My cousin Thad says, good evening, Joseph. I hope your weekend went well. It did go well. Hopefully yours went well as well. And that's going to wrap this up. So I will be back tomorrow morning with your Monday morning forecast update. Everyone have a fantastic rest of their Sunday. And I will be back again tomorrow morning.